This is a story about an old car and a stupid guy. Because the good ideas are usually the boring ones. Because hey, what could possibly go wrong?
Leaving Novosibirsk, and there's a beautiful dramatic light here, and right now I'm heading straight towards Omsk. Yeah, everything is big in Russia, also the rain. Good that I have hardly any thread on one tire. Aquaplaning, here we come. But with these straight roads and some careful driving style, I think it should be quite okay. All nature's power just pours down from the skies. Okay guys, I think I found a spot to sleep. But it's windy outside, and I opened the door, and even though there's wind, it was full of mosquitoes directly. So right now I have a small war with about 6 that I killed inside the car, and I hope that's it. But outside they're waiting for me. I don't know, I cannot leave the car. I'll get eaten alive. They're crazy. It's full of them. I mean, I'm surrounded here by some Siberian meadow, some trees. Yeah. Guess I won't be leaving the car, and I'll be sleeping in my driver's seat or so, because I really don't want to put up a tent like this. Okay, killed one more. God damn it, that's crazy. Okay guys, I'm somewhere in Siberia. Beautiful sunset in the back. And actually arrived here about like 1.5 hours ago and started editing my video in the car, but in order to do that I had to get the laptop from the boot. And I just went out for like a few moments and directly got attacked by millions of mosquitoes. I got, I think, 5 bites within like 3 seconds. And then in the car there was also 10 or so. So I was just hiding in the tent, and now I'm testing if there are mosquitoes in order to decide if I open my tent or not, and they are. So god damn it, I don't know what I will do now. I think I'll go back to the car. This is just absolutely crazy. God damn, I'm getting eaten alive here. That's not normal. Oh my god, it's happening again. Damn it, I thought it's getting better because it's later already, but I mean, look at this. Now I'm really completely surrounded by mosquitoes in the car after this very short test we just had together outside. It's just crazy. I just killed 3 at once. Look. God damn it. Okay, that was a mistake. I think I'll sleep in the car tonight. Okay guys, safe to say, worst night on my tour so far. Words cannot describe the amount of mosquitoes outside and how horrible it is. It feels a bit stupid to complain about these little bugs so much, but I ended up sleeping in the car. It was pretty cold. Don't have a sleeping bag here. Didn't want to go to the back to pick it up. Always when you open the door only for like a millisecond, you're busy for the next 1 hour, I guess, to kill infinitely many mosquitoes in the car, and then some of them are full of blood already because they bit me, and then the car is full of blood because you kill them. So it's, yeah. Let's end this chapter and leave this godforsaken place. Yeah. Driving from Russia is also interesting because you basically travel a time, because Russia is, I think, over 10 time zones, and I just crossed from one time zone to the next. That's suddenly 1 hour earlier, and in the next 2 days I will travel another 2 hours earlier, and that's only the beginning because I'll work myself through, I think, 4 time zones in Russia. Yeah, always in the same country. Just suddenly see on the iPhone that the time is different than on the mechanical watch. Small interesting thing about Russian travel. Right now we are close to the city of Omsk, driving down country roads, but I have to say after last night I'm utterly destroyed. Okay, driving through Omsk. Theodor has got a very necessary wash inside and outside for myself. And yeah, Omsk, here we go. Going straight to a rather touristy part of the old town. A very short look at that before I continue driving through Siberia. I mean, I think it's good to have a small stop once in a while, see a little bit, and not only drive over country roads. So here we are, looking at Omsk. Yeah, it's very busy in Omsk on Sundays, apparently. Everybody's outside, some roads are closed. Now on the left you can see a small market. But also before it was full of people constantly. yeah, pretty laid back Sunday atmosphere with a nice weather to go with it. The Russians use Omsk as synonym for a place you don't want to go to because it's far away from everything, but actually I think it deserves a better reputation, at least for my small Sunday impression today. I left Omsk and suddenly the road got bigger. Look, that's a proper 4-line highway. Until now it were always, well, just a normal country road basically. But since Omsk, suddenly it's a highway. Let's see if that stays like this all the way to Ekaterinburg. Okay, we're back to the country road, no 4 lines anymore. Heading straight towards Tyumen. Tyumen, as far as I know, is like the oil capital of Siberia. And I've never been there, so yeah, I guess we'll reach it tomorrow. It's still quite far away, and then the next big city after Tyumen will be Ekaterinburg. But for now, following these endless country roads, and I really hope that tonight I'll find a spot without so many mosquitoes, because yesterday was without words. Kind of interesting landscape. You look at all these birch stems. Standing in the water basically, or swamp. It all died because it was too humid, I guess, and seeing this I'm not very surprised that there are many mosquitoes here. I mean, yeah, swampy grounds. It just goes on and on like this forever. I drove today already about 600 kilometers and the landscape didn't change. I mean, sometimes it's a bit more forest, sometimes a bit less, but it's always the same idea. Forever. Never. Okay guys, after my rather traumatizing night yesterday, I decided to camp really early, hoping that the mosquitoes won't be active yet. And that's my spot for today, I guess. I'll have a look at it now and see if it looks good enough. Okay, I didn't even leave the car. I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but I'm surrounded by mosquitoes already. They're very excited about my presence, so I'll definitely continue driving. These guys, it's incredible, they're everywhere. Waiting already, how did they know? So back we go towards the main road. I have a bad feeling about this. Problem is, my tent was a bit humid 2 nights ago when I folded it. I didn't open it yesterday because of mosquitoes, so today I definitely want to open it so it dries. Plus I didn't have any lunch, no dinner, so I also have to cook something. I don't want to, well, go to bed really hungry, so somehow this is a bit more challenging than fun, to be honest. I mean, they're nice challenges and they're not nice challenges, but just a challenge to survive from millions of aggressive mosquitoes, it's the type of challenge that I would not mind to skip. At the same time, Theodos is doing so great on this not exactly great road. Drives over everything like it's nothing. That gives at least some good mood. Thank you, Theodor. You saved the day, like always. Okay, again scouting a spot, which actually looks quite promising, and my technique now is I don't even leave the car, just stand here for a moment and look for mosquitoes up here, because last time it was very hard to oversee. But so far it looks a bit better. I see different bugs though, but no mosquitoes so far. These mosquitoes, I mean, it's absolutely next level. That's a fly, that's fine. Another fly. I think I'll dare to leave the car for a moment and see how it is. It's a moment of truth. Where are you, little curse? The road is not really far away over there, but that's fine. Just a big field, a bit of wind. I guess I don't like wind. You know what? I think this will be my place for tonight. I'm a bit worried, but I have to choose something, right? Plus I'm super hungry. Okay, I made it. The tent is put up. I cooked some food. I didn't get eaten by mosquitoes. Now it's raining outside. It's actually quite comfy here. So finally some food. Okay, back on the road. Had a really long night on the rooftop tent. It was necessary after the killer night with all the mosquitoes. Last night I think I went to bed at 9 and I got up at 8, so that was solid. Also almost no mosquitoes here, so it's not everywhere so infected. It's only like a kilometer further from another spot I checked out yesterday that was full of mosquitoes, and here it was fine. And now I'm back on the road, driving through Siberia. Russian roads are funny. I mean, generally there's a 20 kilometers per hour tolerance, so you can go 20 kilometers per hour faster than the speed limit without getting a ticket, which is already quite a lot. I think especially in a city I would regard it as a lot, where you can go I think 60 normally and then you may go 80 without, well you may not, but you don't get fined if you go 80. On a country road like this you may go 90, so well you can go 110 without getting into any trouble, which is a fair speed. But the funny thing is that they have some pedestrian crossings sometimes, and you can go 110. Not sure how they're supposed to work, because I don't think any car will suddenly make a full stop when he goes 110 kilometers per hour if a pedestrian wants to cross in front of him, so I'm not sure why they have them. So I'm about 2 hours away from Tyumen, and the landscape changed. Yesterday we had a lot of birches and swamps, and now it's rather agricultural land. I guess there'll be less mosquitoes as well. Yeah, so not this vast empty Siberia anymore, but rather like utilized land for a change. I mean, this road, it just goes on forever, and then there's a slight turn, and then it goes again on forever. Just straight towards the west, towards home. So Tyumen is the oldest city in Siberia and dates back almost 500 years. And right now I'm driving down the main road for the center. That's a colorful mix of Soviet, non-Soviet buildings. Right here were the Soviet. And I'm trying to find the city center to have a look at that. Okay, so behind me is the new Russian McDonald's. Taste dot basically. And I just went there to use the bathroom and wash my hands. But it's crazy, like the smell is exactly the same as at McDonald's. They really managed to open their own McDonald's here. And you find it all over Russia. Since we just left the McDonald's of Russia, I want to show you also the KFC of Russia, Rostiks. It's yeah, all the KFCs turned into this. So basically the Russian people just have new names, but they're not missing these restaurants they used to have. But some restaurants also didn't leave Russia. For example, Burger King is still there. Subway as well, as I know. Okay, so walking through the town or city of Tyumen, and it's beautiful old architecture. I mean, look around. It's the oldest city in Siberia, dating back almost 500 years. So Tyumen is situated at the Tura River, and there's a nice boulevard along the river, which I'm checking out right now. Very peaceful, laid-back atmosphere, together with perfect weather. So yeah, not exactly the Russia you might expect. Okay, that was nice. Nice walk here. Historic center now, the river. Right now it's time to get back to Theodor and head further west towards Ekaterinburg. Okay, Tyumen was really nice, but it's now back on the road, heading out of the city. The city is very green in general. There are many parks, and also here we're not in the center anymore, but many trees. Quite a nice green vibe here. Fighting a bit through the traffic straight towards Ekaterinburg. Okay, so standing in a traffic jam for about 15 minutes or so. And the reason is that there's only a single line of road here with a traffic light leading the traffic. And I actually think it's quite surprising that I only stood for 20 minutes, because right now, I mean since the last days, I'm driving on the main transit route in Russia from the east towards the west. It's going parallel to the Trans-Siberian Railway. So it's one of the main roads. And I mean, a one-line road basically now is leading, connecting St. Petersburg, Moscow, Ekaterinburg with the east, with Tyumen, with Novosibirsk. And there are not that many cars, right? So yeah, this is an example showing that actually there is not that much traffic in Russia going all the way from the east to the west. I guess a lot of the traffic is happening on the Trans-Siberian railway line. And here, of course, there are trucks and there are cars, but I mean, now it's the end of the construction site. You can see the line of cars. I mean, and I'll film until the end of this one, and I bet it'll be only like 2. Oh yeah, interesting fact about the main road in Russia, heading from west to east or east to west. Okay, it's a quite long line. By now it's 700 meters. Now it's 1 kilometer long. I dare say that my direction was way better. 4 guys waiting in this direction. Okay, now it's 2 kilometers. Three kilometers. Okay, so it is definitely much longer on this side than on the other side. But here the traffic is moving, so it shows us that this route, even though it's the main route between east and west, is actually not that heavily used. I guess because of the good train connection in parallel. Okay, so ahead is a train line, and it's not any train line. It's Trans-Siberian, the legendary train that heads all the way to Vladivostok, crossing the country. I think if you do it the entire length, it's about 10 days non-stop in a train. The train passing right now, I don't think it's the one you would take. It's a freight train. But I drove parts of it a few times, and it's a very nice experience because you just sit in the train. It drives all day and then all night, and then again all day and then again all night and then again all day and again all night. And basically you have absolutely nothing to do. So it's a very relaxing experience because you really have a moment to unwind. Train passed, and now we are crossing the tracks, and these metal things the car in front of us has passed. They actually also go up, so you basically really cannot pass. Even if you want to go through the barriers, there'll be like a metal stopping the car from passing. So extra safe, basically, to make sure the transit doesn't get distracted. And here are the lines of this legendary train. So once again, it's time to find a place to camp, and finding nice camps is a bit like a quest we have almost every day on this tour. And right now I'm going for a small village. It's quite beautiful. Church next to me. Some people that all look a bit surprised. People are a bit closed here. Nobody really waves in the villages, contrary to Tajikistan, for example. And the camping spot is only 1.4 kilometers from here. I mean, also here, look at this village, so authentic. These small wooden old houses. Just imagine being here in winter when it's like minus 30, minus 40. Heating with coals, you can see chimneys looking out of the sides. Very, very simple life out here in Siberia. And the lake is right next to the village, so I guess there might be some villagers as well. Let's see if we can meet them and drink a beer with them or not. How communicative they will be towards some random German guy with his BMW and bad Russian skills. But normally once you get to talk to locals, they all end up being quite friendly and open. Just the first they're a bit closed, and then they warm up quickly. Okay, made it to the lake, if you can call it that. It's not exactly awesome, to be honest. But I guess it should be fine. I mean, there's a nice protected place here with trees. Okay, the nice relaxed camp here at this lake, and right behind me is actually the village. So, some curious guys came by yesterday. Some guys came by in a gazelle. It's like a Russian small truck. They work in the milk industry, make tvorog, and had a nice small talk. And right now another kid came by. He also lives here. Was a bit curious first. He was like walking around many times, just giving me some shy looks, and then at some point he brought up all his power and came over for a chat. I prepared a coffee for him for 0 English skills. So my shitty Russian had to do. But generally very friendly people. I think you just don't have to hide, just stay in the open, and I'll be happy to have a small chat. And I did some sports, some push-ups, also great. Okay guys, I'm 92 kilometers from Ekaterinburg, and I think my right rear wheel bearing has left, because I already noticed a while driving that I feel like something is braking all the time a bit, and when I go slow it makes absolutely horrible noises back there, like crunchy ones. I hope I'll still make it to Ekaterinburg and find a new wheel bearing there, because that just doesn't sound Doesn't sound healthy. Right now I'm somewhere in some construction site. As soon as I find a quiet spot to stop, I will have a closer look at that. But that doesn't sound good. Okay, so I took up Theodor on the side where the noise comes from, and unfortunately I was right. The wheel bearing does seem to be completely destroyed. Okay, ever wondered how a really broken wheel bearing looks like? That's really bad. Look at all this movement here. That's a problem. I mean, it's so bad I'm actually worried the wheel might fall off. And it's still 100 kilometers to Ekaterinburg, which is the next bigger city. Not sure what I should do now.